Before I set foods in Paris, I knew I wanted to find a part-time job in the service industry because it's not only going to help pay my rent, but also allow me to practice my French. But I never thought that I would ended up working as a barista in a coffee shop. To be honest, I don't drink coffee often, and I also don't know much about coffee. I helped out at some drink stands at festivals before, but that's it, so you could say I barely have any prior experiences. In fact, I decided to give it a try just because I knew so little about this job and this world of coffee, so I figured that I could learn a bunch of new things from doing it. Besides, I just felt that barista looks so cool, when they are using the machine, making coffee and making latte art. Anyway, I'm a person that I'll give anything that interests me a try, even if I knew little about it, because who knows, maybe I'm gonna like it. So anyway, in this video, I'm gonna share with you my experiences working as a barista in Paris, how I found this job, what a day in the life look like, aspects I like and dislike, and lessons I learned from it. Let's get right in. Part 1, how I found this job. Since I didn't have much prior experiences, I tried my best to tailor my resume to the barista job as much as possible. Recalling anything in my life that is, even if it's remotely related to making drinks or making coffee. If you have already watched this video, you know how much I struggled when looking for a part-time job in Paris. I tried everything I can think of to find a part-time job. I asked my friends for recommendations and advices. I applied to numerous shops online. I called and even visited the shops directly to ask about their recruitment. And after a month of hard work, I finally received an offer from a coffee shop. Had I not called them and asked about their recruitment at that time, I wouldn't have this opportunity. So when you don't know what to do, just try everything you can think of, because good things can come in a surprising way. And also another important thing that I learned is just try to say yes first and figure it out later. I remember the manager, when she was interviewing me on the phone, she asked me whether I could handle this and this and that. And to be honest, I wasn't sure if I could handle them at all. I didn't even understand some of what she said. But anyway, I say yes to all of her questions first, because opportunities really just don't come easily, so I have to just grab them even if I'm not fully ready yet. Part 2, a day in the life as a barista. My day started with opening the shop, La Ouverture. Our shop opens at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I usually arrived at around 7:40. So the first thing that I do after enter the shop is to turn on all the machines, the dishwasher, the grinder, the espresso machines, and the hot water pot. And the next thing that I do is to bring out all the freshly baked croissant and pain au chocolat from the bakehouse downstairs. By the way, all these delicious pastries, which were rated highly by our customers, were made from a lovely and kind monsieur. Greeting him each morning has become one of my favorite morning routine. It just lightens up my day. And then I bring out all the sweets from the refrigerator and assemble the juicer. And the most important thing for La Ouverture is coming, dialing the espresso machine to make sure that every shot is consistent and taste right.
Alright, so I'm all set. The machine is now all assembled, and then I already took out some of the chairs and table that I need to be put outside. And what else? I already turned on the machine, the coffee machine. And then look at this. I already put them all out. And yeah, that's about it for opening. And yes, I need to take out the milk. So we have 4 different kinds of milk. We have oat milk, normal milk, almond milk, and coconut milk.
And then my day as a barista officially started. So customers came in, I greeted them, took the order, made the coffee, served it, and it continues for 10 hours until the closing of our shop at around like 6:30 or 7 o'clock. It depends on which day it is.
Donc, oui, c'est un peu comme un syrup mangue. Et on ajoute, oui, des glaçons, de lait et de matcha. Okay, c'est comme ça. C'est froid, ouais. On fait que le froid, ouais, pour ça. Ok. Un matcha mangue.
Une fraise plutôt, si c'est possible.
Oui, c'est ça.
Ah, il y a les deux dedans?
Non. Vous pouvez choisir que un. Donc, vous préférez mangue ou fraise? Fraise, bien sûr. Ça fait 8 euros.
Oui.
Allez-y. Is it for here or to go?
For here.
For here?
You have 23?
Yes, it's downstairs.
One ice americano for you?
One ice americano.
In between, it depends on how many customers I got that day. The milk needs to be regularly stocked, the dishes need to be washed regularly, and so as the coffee beans in the grinder.
Guys, there were too many customers. Here come again or no? Okay. So tired. Oh my god, I didn't even have any time to film because there were too many customers. And I'm on my own today, so it's just impossible to film. Oh, and it's so hot today. Oh my god, I'm so tired.
Also in our shop, we offer homemade chai latte, iced tea, and cold brew. So making them is also a part of my daily routine. Oh, by the way, in case you are curious, our most popular coffee is cappuccino. And for a non-caffeine drink is matcha. And for the pastries, cookie croissant and pain au chocolat are the two most popular. I usually work alone in the coffee shop, and to be honest, I kind of love it. I mean, when it gets really busy, I hated it, but most part, I like it because when I work alone, I can really focus on the details, like the smells of the coffee beans, the angles of the wand when steaming the milk, and also the pictures of my latte art, and also the sound of the grinder, and just everything. It's nice to feel in control of all these aspects. In the end of the day, for the closing of our shop, La Fermeture, I started with putting away all the unsold pastries, stocking all the takeaway cups and the tea, cleaning up the espresso machines and the grinder. Lastly, just turning off all the machines, the light, and locking the door. And yeah, finishing my day as a barista. Long hours. Part 3. Aspects I like and dislike working as a barista. My favorite part about working as a barista is probably that I get to use my hands to make a physical thing. You know, something that I get to touch, that I get to smell, that I get to taste, that I get to give it to people. Hopefully, you know, something that will make their days a little better. Also, another thing that I love working as a barista is all the interactions that I had with the customers. Their greetings, their smiles, and all the short conversation that we had. I remember I had an interesting conversation about the dance with an art professor from Cambodia, and a girl got so excited when I speak Arabic to her, and a couple from Seattle complimented how well I steamed their milk. 2 guys offered to help me carry a heavy box of orange, a customer praised my music choice, and I even had a very interesting conversation with a lady from the Netherlands about making life choices, and the list just goes on and on. And I was always really happy seeing my regulars showing up. Not to say I love all my colleagues, Alice, Jessica, Noah, and Julie, and also the monsieur in charge of the delivery. Oh, Julie, ça va? Oui, yeah, so I just ran into my colleague.
They're so cute. I really love them.
And also my colleagues next door in the bakery, and also the monsieur in charge of the cleaning in the end of the day. They were also very, very kind and nice. I just wanted to say thank you to all the kind people that I encountered in the shop. The part that I dislike is definitely how low paid it is in general as a barista. After 3 months of working as a barista, I don't find it an easy job, and I think it deserves a higher salary. And also, I find it just very, very, very physically demanding. You know, standing 10 hours a day is not a joke, and my ankle joint hurts usually quite much in the end of the day. Yeah, it's very, very tiring. And lastly, it can get quite repetitive. You know, every day you are repeating similar sentences, making same drinks, and practicing similar routines. So when there aren't that many new things to learn anymore, I just feel like it's time to move on. Part 4, lessons I learned from this job. I find that every job is respectable in its own way. When we get too consumed by our own lives, you know, feeling stressed and overwhelmed, it's easy, especially in big city, to forget that our days run smoothly thanks to the hard work of people in every sector. You know, just look around. The cleaners, the baristas, the bakery staffs, the drivers, the delivery people, the electricians, and the list goes on and on. So when I find myself too wrapped up in my own world, I always remind myself to notice the world around me. You know, just appreciate my surroundings and simply be grateful. And this small practice always makes me feel better. So that's it, guys. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. And yes, I actually already quit my barista job a while ago, and overall I really like this experience. I learned a lot from it, and now I can call myself a barista, like a new skill gained. Yes, see you guys and talk to you guys very, very soon in the next video or in my podcast as well. Anyway, bye bye. Bye bye.
Today I'll be in charge of opening the shop. It's my first time doing it, so I'm a bit nervous. Well, it was fun. And wow, today is gonna be a sunny, look at that. A sunny, good day. Again. I mean, it's good day for people to turn around, but not really for me because it's gonna be so crowded in the coffee shop. Guys, hello, good morning. So counting down, today is the last 4th day of me working at my coffee shop, and now soon I'm gonna quit. And it feels weird because I feel like it already kind of became my comfort zone. I'm already used to this job after 3 months, and then yeah, and also used to this district and things like that. But it's nice to jump out of the comfort zone, but at the same time it's not that comfortable. But I think I'm ready to do that. And yeah, if I don't, sometimes I feel like when there are not that many customers, I feel like I'm gonna miss this job, and then I start to doubt if me quitting this job is the correct decision. But also at the same time, I feel like if I don't quit, then I wouldn't start something new. You know, that kind of I hope you understand what I'm talking about. So I just have to push myself to, as cliche as it sounds, to jump out of my comfort zone, to push myself out of my comfort zone, so that I will then push myself to do something new. Yes. My last fermeture, closing of the store. 3ヶ月間お世話になりました。お世話になりました。はい。Tout son bon. Et voilà. Yes. That's about it. Finished the end of an era and the start of another. Back down, we are closed.